Alrighty. Well, that should hopefully be getting us up and running. But I am going to make sure I get some, where is it? Some music going. Do that. I'd do some classical. Okay. I don't remember where we go. I think we got off. I think we finished off on the funeral march? Maybe? I don't know. We'll try. We'll start there, though. Or maybe Blue Danube. Blue Danube. We'll start there. There we go. Okay. All right. That should hopefully give us should hopefully give us some stuff to go with. Now, I need to make sure I'm still getting used to this, guys. You have to hold on. What's going on? There we go. Ooh. Okay, hopefully that's not too loud. Because I mean, it's for me it seems pretty loud. So hopefully it's not actually that loud. Nice. Congratulations on being first, DK. Let's see here. Okay, perfect. Because I know sometimes the stuff for me will sound really loud, but I don't know if it's loud on the stuff, like on the stream or on the recording, until I go back through. So, yeah, if it is too loud, you'll have to let me know. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this down for me. Hopefully this doesn't turn it down too much for you guys. Turn that up a little bit. Ooh, nope, that's too loud. Yeah, we'll keep it right around there. That should be fine. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now, let's try to remember where I was leaving off. I think I was in the middle of trying to figure out how to get more of this down here. What? What? There we go. Okay. Sometimes it does weird things like that. Weird falling physics stuff. This almost feels like appropriate music for this because it's like the guy's flying around like it's some sort of little ballet. I think what I need to do at some point in order to get more Amethyst petals going is I'm going to need to increase my production of sand. Or not sand, wet sand. Because I need a ton of spores. And so I need to get tons of spores going, which means I need to get tons of slag burning. And I don't think this is going to be able to keep up very well. So that's the tricky part. I wonder if I should separate these two so that, like, one side... Yeah. So, like, maybe, like, if I separate and have like, half of this feeding into this system up here, so it has its own kind of water setup, and then this half can feed to the stuff up at the top, maybe? Yeah. It's not really washing anything right now because I don't have any water. Because it uses up all the water too quickly. So like this has water, but this there's not enough water in my little washer, so it's only getting a couple of drops here and there. So I need more water, but in order to get more water, I need more amethyst, which means I need more water. So it's like a circular reasoning. It's like, it needs water because I need amethyst, but I need amethyst because I need water. So that's why I've been just stealing amethyst from up here. Which is why I'm thinking I need to rebuild this down here somewhere and just turn this whole section, just make this whole section into like a giant washing system and just, I don't know, skip everything up top. I don't know. I think for the meantime, I'm probably just going to go steal more amethyst petals. It's at least giving me something to do in the meantime, right? Maybe instead of pumping directly... Yeah, because see, like, it pumps water up to here. So maybe instead of pumping the water directly into it... Ooh, yes. Okay, I think I might have at least a semi-temporary solution to this. You have to tell me what you guys think, if this is even going to work. Let's see. Let's see how much I can fly around and attempt to read comments at the same time, or if this is a texting and driving and I'm going to crash and kill myself situation. Yeah, I can't do it through here. So I'm going to come over here real quick, and then I'm going to come over here. Then I'll look at comments real quick. Because I think I might have a way to figure this out. I'm going to separate these out so that the bottom one is going to be for this, and I'm going to separate this one to be a top one further up so that it has to get water to the bottom one first before it lets the top one have water, if that makes sense. All right. Okay, yeah, so let's... Yeah, I can't can't do any water dupe stuff on this because if it gets up to the top, which it can't, but if it does get up to the top, it's all blocked by sand. So let's do... I'm gonna do this, and hopefully this works. So we're gonna take these guys up to there. Okay, so then this guy is gonna pump up to here. Let's see, I need to cut off. I need to make sure these are all cut off from the top one. I don't know if this... Yeah, this should only go to this water sources. So it should only go to here and the spore washer. Should. So this way, it gets priority because the bottom will get all of the water instead of the top, and then that way if I can produce enough water, then the top section will be able to get its water. So we'll see if that works. Maybe I'll add one more dripper up here. Where is it? Vent. There we go. One more vent. Okay. You wet sand. A few little random spatterings. You know what? Before I go down, I'm gonna go back up and go get some more petals. Use the pedals to kickstart this. Oh, did I cut everything off completely? Oh, yeah, I to be fair, this probably wouldn't have even mattered for a long time. And so by the time it even mattered, I wouldn't have known what I was looking for. Okay, time to kickstart. Because up here I'm getting plenty of petals, and I'm getting lots of stuff. Now, how many of you guys have seen the previous stream where I discovered the fun thing with the toll booth? Because if you didn't, I don't want to spoil it, but it was pretty... It's gonna be my taking care of extra gold so I can make room for all the fluxite. Hey, look at that. I've got some water. Suppose I don't really need that many. It's the spiral chamber. Is it one that I made? Hey, there's electric. I recognize a couple of you guys. From the Discord, at least. this steam or is this water? I have steam and water. That's a weird looking... It almost looks like it's a glitch where I'm like, how did the water get into two parts? Yeah, so this should now start producing some more. Now, like I said, we're going to have to see if this can keep up. Let's see. I'm trying to think. You'll have to forgive me, DK. I'm not quite sure what you mean by the spiral room. Is it part of the map, or is it something that I built and I'm just not smart enough to figure out what I did or what you're talking about? Oh, yeah. No, this, I don't think this does anything. I think it's just there to look cool. It's like a design. If you want, you can ask Pumpkin. He's the one. This is his map. See? Right there. I mean, since I'm not going to use it, I can put a bunch of gold in there. I have no reason not to. That's right, yeah. Electric was one of the guys. Did you do it by yourself, or were you just like, did you help make the loader? You know, the whole cup thing, I honestly, for the longest time, I didn't even know what that was. And I'm glad I mean, I know what it is now, but I'm glad I never actually saw it. Sometimes there's internet sensations, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny. And then most of the time I'm going, what the heck is this? Who came up with this? Why is this a thing? Ah, caught it midair. Oh, come on, fill it in. Go. Yeah, we'll go ahead and even get rid of these guys. We'll let it fill up everything. How's that? Is there like a new version to the mod loader up or something? Because I tried updating to 3.0 and I can't go past 2.1. like it turns off. Like if I hit play, it just turns off. So I might have to get somebody's help with that sometime. Yes, yeah, that one. 3 point. Did I say 3.1 or did I? Yeah, it says something about oh, what was it? I just looked at it a minute ago. But yeah, it's just like I hit play and it just closes. Doesn't even turn on, it just closes. And I'm assuming it's something me related, like I did something or didn't do something. Oh, yeah. If you guys haven't seen, so because I'm doing the Fluxite instead of doing a gold count because the gold count is crazy, uh, I discovered, you probably already know that it does this, but I discovered that filling this back up again deletes the gold and it redoes the message. So this is how I'm going to get rid of all the gold in the map as I make it because I don't need the gold. I'm going for Fluxite. I think that was another thing I was going to try to do is get it so that the gold would probably go up this way instead of going around, but it's probably going to take just as much work to go up and around like 18 turns as it would be to go over and around 18 turns. Okay, let's go see how our water is doing now. It's probably still not doing great, but I'm gonna go check and see. Well, I actually have a tiny bit of water in there. Oh. So have you guys ever get that weird, like it's an itch, but it's like inside in the back of your nose and you can't you can't sneeze, but you need to sneeze? So then you're just sitting there and it's like and you can't sneeze. I had that today and obviously I just had to laugh at myself. It's like I probably look stupid doing this. But yeah, that made me laugh because I was just like, you're just sitting there like weird half breathing and trying not to sneeze, but at the same time you want to sneeze. So okay, well, it's making plenty of wet sand now. I guess having it clog a little bit like this is a good way to kind of automatically what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know which word I'm looking for now. Restrict? Maybe? Is restrict the word? I think restrict is the word I'm looking for. Because it'll restrict everything, so then it'll give it a minute to build up some water. Restrict probably isn't the word I'm looking for, but I'm using it anyway, so there. Ooh. I suspect this is gonna be a struggle. You should have made it so that one petal makes like 30 water. Fix it. At least it's working. At least, you know, better. You ever get paper cuts? Do you sit there like rub your fingers together and feel the weirdness? And you're like peeling the skin back just that ever teensy tiny bit, and you're just like, it feels weird, like that you can feel it catching on your fingerprints basically. I purposely will put hand sanitizer on sometimes when I've got paper cuts just because. And that's probably the most extreme thing. Like, I won't do other things because it's uncomfortable, but I will do that. Not all the time, just sometimes. Like I said, only a little bit. It's like when you have a muscle is sore and you stretch and it kind of hurts, but the stretching feels good for that muscle. It's kind of like that. It stings just a tiny bit. Is it so quiet? What the heck? I'm sitting here trying to figure out why it just suddenly went silent for like the last minute, and all of a sudden, the music just starts up. I'm like, what in the world? I was like, man, it seems really quiet for the last minute or two. What's going on? I guess it was just trying to load the next song. Okay, is it just me, or does this, like, little squinty eyes and like a little kind of mouth, like a big, like a weird looking Kirby. Just a little bit. Now this is the kind of map that I would definitely look forward to having some of the stuff that I've seen in the updates where you get like condensers and stuff so that you can make the water freeze or turn to steam and vice versa, and like reverse that. This would be the perfect map for that. Have all this steam that, like, you could maybe have a thing where you could pump the steam into the system and then the system could turn it into something, like turn it back into water and pipe it out. Autosave. There we go. There we go. Got that little corner piece. Go ahead and let all that water out. So seeing the water do that and everything moving back and forth, it kind of reminds me, so if you're older, you probably played it, that old Lemmings game. You got little guys that walk around and you gotta build contraptions and make them do stuff. And then you have to get so many of them into the exit. I don't remember Load Runner. It might be just enough before my time. I'm sure it was probably a DOS game, though. Like I could learn how to type into DOS and figure out how to navigate MS-DOS, but it's like programming is very similar, yet for some reason I just can't seem to figure out programming at all. I probably would have to practice a lot. Practice makes perfect. So let's say you have to put in 10,000 hours to become a master of something. Like just barely enough production for water to keep it going. I'm gonna take a few more of these out. I have to find a good balance. If I have too many pumps, it'll overfill it. If I don't have enough pumps, it can't keep up. I know at one point we had an Atari for a short while back when I was probably like seven, maybe 7 or 8, something like that. So I only got to play a couple of games on Atari, and I don't remember it very well. And then at one point for a little while had an NES. And for a little while we had a PlayStation. It wasn't really until I started working and paid for my own stuff, and then I bought an Xbox. That was when I really started to kind of get into the gaming stuff. I mean, I had computers, I just didn't have enough stuff to set it up, and I didn't have the know-how. I hadn't learned all of that stuff yet. Almost was going to try to pump this stuff out. Yeah, I had buddies that had like the Nintendo 64 and stuff like that. I think honestly the only real like game that I kind of played a lot with my friends for the Nintendo 64 was the Cruisin' World one. Need more Amethyst petals. Maybe that's what I would need to do. Is I'll do. I know there's one of the mods for it that somebody made that you can do like it's like the slag press. I think I was talking about this last time. It's like a slag. It's like the kinetic slag press, but instead of doing it for the slag, like the burnt slag, um, it's the like the red sand or the gold or whatever, and you drop it through, and it makes the other stuff. And if one of those does the amethyst petals, maybe I can look into doing that, like turn the gold into the amethyst or something. Definitely feels like this is my current sort of bottleneck. It's just not producing enough flowers. Let's see if we can help speed this up. Give me a little bit of water there. If I let petals make their way up and around, then it's not going to turn into water. And right now, what I mostly need is water. Because if I can get enough petals getting converted to water, then I can get the stuff up top is already set to make a bunch of petals up there. Wonder if there's a more efficient or a more, not a more, but a better way to get these spread out. Because yeah, and I've noticed that it falls here, and because there's not enough to really load it up, it doesn't work its way over. So I need to I'm pretty sure I've seen some on the Discord. I'll have to look into it. Because up here, if I can get enough water, then up here I've got this guy. I think I got it all. I've got this guy up here. It'll wash, and then it'll do the stuff, and it'll, if I can get the water up here, it'll do that, and then it'll make all the void bloom up here, because I'll get petals in here. But right now I'm trying to get, I mean, it was almost better when it was making it up here, just because this deals more, what's the word? Volume? This deals more volume, or deals with more volume than down there, and that's the main thing. Which is why I'm thinking I might rebuild that one further down, because if I can get the volume, but then it's like a catch-22, because if I'm going to do a bigger volume somehow, I need more water. But to get the water, I need more volume. So maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe we'll rebuild this and see if I can more effectively deal with water. How many hours have I played on Steam? Because Steam doesn't measure it when it's done through the loader, I think on Steam it shows that I've got like 20 or 30 hours, something like that. And then on the mod loader, I've probably, between all the episodes and stuff, I mean, I've probably done like 100 hours. Maybe like 60 hours, 70 hours. So say this one right here is a redundant pipe. And that is a necessary pipe. Well, actually, that was not a necessary pipe. Once this works through, in fact, maybe I'll just go ahead and take all this, toss it up there. Go. Do that because I'll probably end up getting any. Ugh, the lava is going to be the hardest thing. hate trying to move lava. Turning it all into the cinder and then trying to move it and then burn it and then it drips somewhere and then I get steam and one little pixel of lava never does anything. It just wanders around back and forth trying to find a low spot. Get rid of the pipes up here for now. No, I'm gonna keep that. Keep that. Okay. Okay, so that is what I'm gonna deal with. Okay. Oh, no, too much. Oh. Thought that was gonna be enough. I was wrong. I was wrong. Go. Okay. Do I have... Where is my... Oh, it's in this one. Grail Blaster. Did I get... Oh, no, I didn't get it. Let's go ahead and make a little holding cell. Little holding cell for our cinder. And then do some more cryoblasting. See? See? This is I don't like that. Brick thing. Nope. That cinder? Oh, okay. I was like, it's an impenetrable thing. You can't break it. What's going on? No, I don't want that. Inevitably, that means I'm going to be losing some stuff. Wrong thing. It's like if the snow was useful, it would just hit the ceiling and then turn into water. Maybe I could do that. Now, how to do this? This is gonna get me some water to work with, right? Yeah. That's all done. Now I'll just have to deal with, again, trying to fiddle with lava. Okay. Now how to go about rebuilding this. This is going to be a project, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be a project. Let's go. That's not what I want. Okay. I always forget it's in this one, not the other. Holy cow, that was like an instant transformation. Oh, no. There we go. Come on, turn into cinder. Oh, I was worried for a second there that it disappeared on me. I was like, oh no. No, that's not what I want. Come on. Oh, come on. It's not gonna work. Oh, I don't have enough. Oh no. Oh no. with you for now. Okay. Look at all that steam. Let's go ahead and move you over. I don't even know why I'm doing that. I can just grab it in here. There we go. Oh, I almost missed it. That would have been terrible. Okay, now I can get rid of this. And maybe I can pump that in. All right. So we're just going to continue. And gonna come up. One more. There we go. Oh, I hate when it autosaves while I'm trying to do something. Because inevitably that means I'm going to end up doing something weird. Like I'll try grabbing it and I don't know. It does weird things. Okay. Now where to go from here? I kind of think I'm gonna do what I did up there where I'm gonna have a washer. Oh, I should have just caught. It might be worth. Oh no, because it's going left to right. And I want it to go. No, it's going right to left. I want it to go left to right over here. So if I do vent. Do a vent here. Like so. Filter out. Wet sand. No, that was not wet sand. Wet sand. And wet sand will go... Oh, I think I did these backwards. Now it's probably fine, right? And that will be blocking. I almost did it again, guys. I almost hit wet spore again. Wet sand. You know what? It can go clear down here. That's fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. Make sure. You think that's going to clog it up too much? Oh, hopefully I see this in time. Have a good night, Sebastian. Or Sebast? I'm assuming that's supposed to be Sebastian. It might just be a different spelling than I'm used to. Okay. So these guys are all going to have water. With a pipe there. There's going to be a vent. And then it's probably going to clog up doing this, but that's okay. No, actually it's probably not okay. I'm going to double this up. And we're not going to go quite so high. That. Then we're going to have the conveyor belts. We're going to have the conveyor belts go over to here. And we're going to have shakers. That should be long enough, right? Should be. And in here, we're going to do... I'm going to block wet sand, just in case wet sand gets through. I'm going to block the wet sand. And have it pump back up. That might work. Maybe. This might be a terrible idea, and this might not work at all. If this ends up not being enough, if this overwhelms this, then I'll probably do what I did before, and I'll just like consecutively make smaller loops until it's all through. Okay, so now all of our slag and all of our sand, or not sand, gold, can go through here. So what I need is, you know what, let's build this out first. Do it this way. It's gonna be too far. That's okay. Okay. So this, for now, it's gonna just be a conveyor belt. Okay, so it's gonna go all the way over, and then this way the gold will go through, and now I just need to figure out where I'm going to put... Where I'm going to put the burners. See the burners right here? Let's go... block, slag, so that way the slag doesn't go through. And we'll allow, make sure it's going the right way, slag, and then this is going to be only cinder. How much? Oh, how much do I need space for the slag press? Ooh, that's gonna be cutting it close. I might be making this too big, guys. I might be making this too big. Maybe I can do this. This is probably a terrible idea, not going to work at all, but I'm sure this is a terrible idea. Goes over here now. Because if I do blocking slag, then don't need that to be it tends to I think I need to give it a little more space. Actually, you know what? I'll just do a conveyor belt. Do a conveyor belt over. And then we'll allow cinder. Then go here. And just in case it doesn't make it, have it go across this way. Okay. So it'll come down through here. Have the slag drop down over to here. It'll burn. Get launched up here. Hopefully hit this. Drop down. And then we'll have the petals will get blocked. Or not the petals, the spores will get blocked. That will go all the way down there. That's fine. The gold will drop through, and this should hopefully give it plenty of space. In fact, we'll even do this. The gold can go through. The spores will be blocked. And then have it go one more chance just in case. It's going to block spores. And I'm going to do another one of these. Do you, and let's see, where can we put this? I think we're gonna put it here, like that. Yeah. So then what'll happen is the spores can go up through here, get washed. So like choo 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 choo, shoot it all out here. And then the spores will get shot up here, get washed. And whatever washes, oh no, that's not gonna work because I have to turn it. Oh, whoa. So you live. I don't want to dox, but I know where that is. I live kind of near there too, or at least close. I live close enough that I know where that is. Ah, that's gonna be a. Because I have to turn it into petals. I completely forgot. Guys, I forgot. I might have to make this a little smaller. I have to do. Ooh. Right, let's do that. Let's get rid of some of this. Move this over. We'll have to shrink this down a little bit. Oh, I did a dumb. Guys, I did a dumb. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of all this anyway, because that was all set up to have sand. It's not gonna do me any good. I was gonna say, it would have just been doing sand, so it would have clogged over. Like, what's going on? Yeah, I would have been doing sand. Sand wasn't gonna do me any good. So, let's see. Okay. So I needed to do wet spores. So I think if I do this, that with a filter for spores. Actually, no, I shouldn't need a filter. It should just be that. To allow wet spores. Notice if you, I don't know if you know this guy, but there's a guy, CV. He's also a Utah guy. He does like, I think he's got a couple channels, but one of them he does a lot of the, like, if you laugh, you're conservative, or if you, like, he does that type of stuff too. So if you enjoy that type of content, go check him out. He's pretty funny. He's clean. Now what to do? Okay, so now I'm gonna have wet spores coming out of here. Go up or down? Maybe I'll just do it right here. Allow. Allow wet spores like this. I'll do the planters down here. And then they'll do the little lava box thingies. Oh, that's gonna be too small. I don't think that's gonna work. Do one there. I don't know how well this is gonna work. Probably not going to work at all. That's an expensive car. Say, speaking of cars, though, honestly, if I could, oh, I deleted the wrong one. If I could, I would want, out of all the kind of cool, there's a few that I think would be cool to drive, but if I could get one that I want, I would want to get, I think it's 62. I think it's the Corvette Stingray. Oh man, that's a sexy car. I would love one of those. Ooh, I'll have to look at that one. There's too many cars out there that are too awesome. Okay, you guys think this is gonna work? Or is this a terrible idea? I feel like this might be a terrible idea. Alright guys, let's see. Let's see. I mean, it might work okay, but let's see how much it doesn't work. And hopefully it's not too much. And you know what? Just because I can, I'm gonna grab all of this. How did I only grab one pixel and yet somehow... Crazy. Filter. after the conveyor. Which conveyor? This guy? Here? I'd do this. Make it a little bit bigger. We do. I feel like this. Do this. This doesn't seem to work too well. Oh, it's auto-saving again. Stop it. Stop. Oh. Every time I say that, I can't help but think Harry Potter puppet, or not Harry Potter puppet. What's the one? I think I talked about it before. It's the one where they do the Wingardium Leviosa thing. It's like Wingardium Leviosa. My wife's mad. I think I already said this, but yeah, my wife's mad at me because now anytime somebody says something like that, especially if it's me, she gets mad now because now it only reminds her of that and she doesn't like it. She's like, I'm mad at you. So yeah, whenever it's like, stop, Ron. She's like, oh yeah, she finds it funny, but she's also mad at me because of it. She's like, you ruined it. So she can't hear that from Harry Potter now without hearing that. Ooh, what filters? Which filters? Where? Oh, like up here? Oh, I always hit wet spores. I always hit wet spores. Like that? Or did I completely botch that? Okay. Oh, this thing? Or... if I'm understanding this correctly. So I'm doing like that. Before I go wandering off, I'm gonna wait because it takes like 5 seconds for stuff to catch up. Like this guy up here. Oh. I'll just have it block cinder. I'm assuming that's what you were talking about, is that. Or I can try to move more sand quicker. Okay. Yeah. I'm not dumb. I'm just slow. Oh, why? See? See? Okay, maybe I am dumb. Why is all my spores going through? It's supposed to block spores. Oh, did I tell it to block wet spores? I probably told it to block wet spores, didn't I? Nope, I told it to not. Okay, I take it back. I'm dumb. Block spores. Try that again. Come back, all my precious spores. I need you for petals. Okay, that's slag. I don't care about slag right now. It can work its way back eventually, maybe. It'll end up in the top system. Shrink my grabber down a little bit. There. You are not supposed to be there. Oh no. Oh no. Guys, I just thought of an issue. Okay. I'm gonna need... This is gonna... Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to adjust this a little bit. Oh. If I have the spores, or the wet spores coming straight out here, if it clogs up and it does the thing where it gets too much water and it ends up like that where the water moves around, that water is going to flow over to here, hit the lava that I'm going to set up, and then it's just going to make steam and it's going to become a hassle. So I'm going to have to do a little thing and make it come up and then drop back down again so that the water can stay in there. Or maybe I'll have it so that there's like a gap right here and it can fall down and fill up in here, and then I'll just pump it out from here back up into there. Maybe I'll do that. Well, I have to have the spores go this way because this is such a tight space. I needed to give it room. Unless I drop this whole thing down. Ooh, maybe I'll just drop this whole thing down. Because, yeah, it needs space, because otherwise it'll clog up. That's okay. I'll have to troubleshoot everything anyway. Oh, I got a lava. I don't want a lava. Well, I don't want a lava there. I want the lava in the spot that it belongs. Grab a tiny little one. There we go. Next little section. Oh yeah, you want? We'll just grab it all. We're just grabbing it all. Then whatever's left can go back into timeout up there. Oh. I might have a little, I might be a little full, guys. Keep grabbing the grappling hook instead of the flamethrower. Okay. Oh, yeah, absolutely, those portals would make it obsolete. I might, because this map has so many twists and turns, I might have to do portals. I don't want to make steam. That's crazy talk. plus side, if anything does happen to make steam down here, it's only gonna turn it in right here. Maybe. Oh, I forgot to move all the stuff first. Can't believe I did that. Well, pointing it doesn't do anything, see? I can point it all I want. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Move these over to there. Oh, no, no. Oh. My grabber was too big. I took it out, guys. Rather than deal with that, I'm just going to block it off for now. There. And then if any... Oh, I did it dumb. Oh, I did it dumb again, guys. I did it dumb again. I forgot to change it. No, 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 no. Stop. Finally get more pedals. Now let's see if this works very well or not. So I had some onion rings the other day. They're pretty good. But you know, one of the probably the worst part about onion rings, I guess technically there's two parts I'd say are terrible with onion rings. As much as I love onion rings. One, the really good ones are huge. And because they're so huge, they're really hard to do any like dipping in the sauces or anything like that they usually give you. And so you have to like crunch them and fold them up in order to dip them into the cups and stuff. And then they don't always get that outer layer of onion rings. And so sometimes you get those onion rings that still have that kind of a tough skin on the outside. So you bite into it and you're like, this is so good. And then you pull. And when you pull on it, it just like pulls right out. I just realized the music had stopped again. I'm so used to not like adding the audio music later. I don't even think about whether or not the music is on. So we probably just had like a half an hour gap of nothing going. No wonder it felt so quiet. Why did you guys tell me there was no music? Just let me babble on so you have to listen to me without any sounds? Yeah, luckily we've got a bunch of pretty good hamburger joints around here. And I lucked out. My wife likes hamburgers almost as much as I do. Finally starting to get going. Yeah, I feel like I might need to add the portals to it because like this would be a good spot for portals. Like have a portal right here and just dump it out right there. And have the sand at the very top and just have the sand dumping out into here. I mean, the sand I'm not as worried about. You talk about these guys right here. Are you talking about something over here? Spores. Well, my computer just, I mean, one, it's just a normal, just a PC. I built it myself. Um, you mean like this? Like have a couple on here just to try to get them to go? I mean, I could. The only issue is when the launchers have them in the air, what happens is they don't get grabbed by the filters and dropped. They stay kind of floating in the air. So I don't know how well that'll work, so I'll have to give it a try. But if it works, because I just hit the wall. I think it'll be just as fast without, which is fine. But yeah, no, my PC, I put it together myself, and I've got a AMD. So mine's a Ryzen 5900X. It's not the newest generation, it's the previous one back. But it's a Ryzen 5900X. No, 5700X, I think. And then my video card is a Radeon RX 6800 XT. So again, also not the newest. It's a few generations old at this point. But I do have like 32 gigs of RAM currently. So yeah, no, it's pretty good. If not for the fact that graphics cards have gotten so expensive, I would consider upgrading. But yeah, no, graphics cards are just so expensive because of the RAM stuff going on right now. If you guys are familiar with that at all. I'm sure you guys that do computer stuff, you're probably aware of all that. Got all the RAM. Basically, it's kind of like a shortage where the I guess part of it is the guys who do the AI, but part of it's the guys who run the data centers that power all this stuff. But yeah, they've been making deals and basically buying all of the RAM so that they can build the processing and the video cards and all the other stuff to just crank out the processing power that they need in order to run all the big AI tech stuff going on right now. And so because like Nvidia and all these guys are going, hey, we're gonna buy all your RAM. Now the companies are like, sorry, consumers, we don't have enough RAM to let you buy any. So if you want it, it's gonna cost you. I mean, I watched it in like 24 hours. The RAM that I bought jumped from like $120 to like $280, and I was like, what the heck? So I'll just wait for now. I'll wait until they're all done with all that stuff. Prices can drop down again a little bit. Maybe there can be some more competition to Nvidia. I mean, Nvidia I mean, don't get me wrong, they've got good quality for their products for the most part. I mean, I've heard of a few things here and there, but the the fact that I mean, they'll suggest like $2,000 for the new one, and as soon as it's on sale, like people just buy it for like $5,000. I'm like, who's paying for this? Yeah, it's crazy. I forget where I saw it, but yeah, there was some meme or something. I don't know if it was on like Linus Tech Tips or Jay's Two Cents or one of those. I think it was one of those channels. But yeah, they showed this meme and it was just a picture and some guy was like, I just bought RAM. Who knew I was investing in my future for my retirement? And I was like, yeah, that feels like it. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, if I got to a point where I had so many subscribers and I actually made pretty good money doing YouTube, honestly, like truly honestly, probably one of the first things I would do would be to save up the money and basically tear down and rebuild a new house for my mom. I mean, honestly, that's probably what I would do. Because the house that she's in, I mean, they've lived in that house for probably going on 40 years, like 38 years, something like that. They've been there a long time. And the house was probably built in like the 50s. So, I mean, the house itself is bordering on a century at this point. So, and because of just how old the house is and some of the things that were done, the house, like, it's literally got parts that are the inside of the roof is kind of collapsing. Like, it's still fine, but it was, just some mistakes were made back in the day. My dad fixing stuff or something, and yeah. Anyway, that's probably what I'd do is I'd build a newer house. I'd get one of those, get a plan where a decent sized house and it'd have like a big like mother-in-law suite so that we could all like I could live there and help take care of my mom as she's getting older and stuff, and she could have a place to live, kids could have a yard to play in, and like family would have a gathering place, things like that. Like honestly, 100%, like straight up front, that's probably what I would do if I had that kind of money, if I got to the point doing stuff like YouTube and my job and whatnot to get to an area where I could make that kind of money. That's what I would do. After that, maybe just be a little bit newer car. Because right now I've got a 2006, so it's like 20 years old. It's a reliable little car, but yeah, yeah, and I bet that's probably what it is the map. Because this one, I don't think this map is updated for it. Because right now, other than the default, like the basic vanilla map, this is the only other map I have currently. Oh yeah, no, I definitely watch other guys on YouTube. There's a few that I enjoy that I have subscribed to and stuff. There's plenty of guys I just watch. Um, oh, it does have an update? Okay. Yeah, I might have to get help on that then. Yeah, some of the guys that I like to watch, I like watch. Probably one of my favorites is Neebs Gaming. They're pretty fun. Like all the guys who do it, they've been, um, I want to say like in the industry for video, TV, like that type of thing. I don't know if they've been on TV or anything like that, but that's kind of what they got into, went to school for, that type of thing. Um, I also, I mean, I do watch, it depends on what they're playing, but I do enjoy watching Game Grumps. They're pretty fun. I'll watch like Dre, Fisk, I'll watch Skilly, I'll watch, let's see, who are some of the other guys I watched recently? Oh man, this one's really loud. Um, let's see. Every so often when it comes up, I'll watch guys like Markiplier. Um, I used to watch like Jacksepticeye and a couple of those guys, and I'll still watch some of the stuff, but often I'll find just random guys. Like I know, like I'll occasionally get um, like recommendations, like the YouTube recommended stuff. Uh, I don't know. I don't know GE, or at least not by that. I mean, I don't mind if you want to like drop names and stuff, and probably just don't go like spamming people going, "Hey, go join this channel" or something, because you know links and stuff. Oh, Game Edge. Okay, have I watched any of his stuff? Yeah, no, I've watched some of his stuff. It hasn't been very much, but I think I've seen a few of his things. I think. Oh yeah, no, Raptor. I know I've seen some of his stuff. Oop. I think it's either glitching out or lagging. I'm getting a lot of doubles and triples on some of those messages. Oh, is that even? See, this is the thing. Like, I don't know any of that stuff. So it's like, is that even a thing? Because I mean, I know that there's like the the little crowns or whatever showing people. I'm not sure what all that is. Huh. That that might be that might be something I'll have to look into and figure out how to. Because I know there's ways to do like moderating and stuff like that. Like you can block certain words and things like that. Just another thing I'm gonna have to learn if I'm gonna keep doing this more often. I have to learn all the lingo and what all that stuff is. Somehow I don't think this is gonna give me quite enough Amethyst petals. I wonder if I do this one, do the little weird like back and forth one, maybe that'll be faster. Maybe? Give it a try. Let's see if that's any faster. Pedals are just such a pain to work with because they're so like floaty. And since they're so floaty, they behave weird. So while that's going, I mean, there's nothing happening on the other side right now, I guess, but let's go see how the gold's coming along. Woo! Chewed through a lot. feel like something's going on with the YouTube audio stuff. Like something's not getting down to songs that are like 5 minutes long already. What in the world? What in the world? I'll do this one. So give me half an hour ones. We ambient instead of classical. Probably not going to give you much more. Maybe I'll have to set up. I'll have to set up like a Spotify or something, and I can just play. I just know sometimes music stuff can go weird because it's like, oh, copyrights and whatnot. Because even if I'm doing live streams, it's still mute. Like it's still technically it becomes a video, I guess. Because the way that's the way YouTube does it, so it could be weird that way where it'll get copyright strike. I mean, I don't even I can't monetize anyway, so it's not like I lose out on that, but I don't know how that would work. So far when I've put stuff on, it's usually just because of the YouTube, their like audio playlist, whatever it's called, audio library. Maybe once I've got yes. And thank you for watching out for me. It helps. Maybe once I've got everything organized, I guess over here is really not any better than up here. Because this little section up here, there's a lot of weird little tight squeezes. I was almost thinking maybe I could take, instead of running everything down and through, I could run it this way. Just like run it across here. Once the I guess the top section. And where I've got the gold coming down now instead of the gold coming down. Gold could come down right here, and then sand could come down here, and it'll just go like down and around this way maybe. Yeah, still can't. Little smiley, He's like, hey guys, hi, hey guys. I'll have to look into that guy. I know there's plenty of music out there, and that's part of why classical is just decent music to begin with. At least most of the time. But it's also once it's over, oh, what is it? It's 100 years after the death of the person who created it, the intellectual properties become public. So I think, or maybe it's 75 years. I forget the exact date. But yeah, it's one of those things where after a certain amount of time, it becomes public domain, and so you can use it without having to worry about copyright laws or issues. So oh, I had to get a drink. It seems a little slow, but it's starting to catch up a little bit. Well, if I find, I know Steamboat Willie's a pretty short one, I think, but if I can find old Disney stuff, I can put it on. But I'd have to like it. And as much as I don't mind Disney, I'm not a huge fan. They have had some stuff that has been really good and I've really enjoyed. But I would say a good, like, I don't know, like 70% of most of Disney's work. I'd say about maybe 60 or 70% of it I don't care for. Mostly just the Pixar stuff. And that's... Pixar is pretty cool. Although they've had a few rough patches with their last handful of videos or movies. That is definitely something that is frustrating and it kind of bugs me, is all of the like subscription based everythings. Was he in Greece from something? Like, was he doing a video or a movie or something? Or was he just, like, vacation or staying there? I mean, everything I've heard, for the most part, about Tom Hanks, he's been a pretty good guy. Ah. Yeah, that's those Epstein files. I don't know. I want to give people the benefit of the doubt, because just because you know somebody doesn't mean you did something. But at the same time, if you hung out with the guy and you knew him for, 30 years and you knew what he was doing, you probably should have said something. And I had heard about that too. Yeah. I was actually just thinking, it's it's weird. I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means. Like most of the people who get into that, like they take things way too far. And when I hear guys that go off about those types of things, I'm just going, what in the world? Like some of the things people think happen are pretty far fetched. It's always fun though watching the that's so one of the guys I do enjoy watching is Dave McKeegan. He does photography, but he also does a lot of video editing and stuff. But he's really interesting because he does a lot of research, and so when these guys post these videos about like, oh, flat Earth or we didn't go to the moon, he goes through and he gives you all the bullet points and the details, and he's like, here's what's going on, and he just destroys those guys, and it is great. But he does it really nice. Like he doesn't call names. He doesn't make fun of them. He doesn't do, like he does it in a nice, like in a loving way. Like he's trying to teach people about that subject rather than like making fun of these guys and be like, "Oh, you're so dumb. You believe in flat Earth." Like he's really nice about it. He's like, "Here's why it's wrong. Here's the math. Here's the science." You know, it's really interesting, and I've learned a bunch of cool stuff when I've been watching his channels. So I know he does some live stream stuff, but I'm usually not up at that time because I'm pretty sure he's in the UK somewhere. I think, but by the time he would be doing live streams, I'm usually at work or something. I'm sure. And then there's the new like conspiracy. Oh, what was the? How do they put it? Like conspiracy theories are just things that are true 4 months later or something like that, because so many people hear things or say things and then it turns out that like part of it was true and just people blow it out of proportion or something. I can't even think of any off the top of my head, but yeah, it's just. But yeah, I try to stay kind of in the middle and wait for the information to come out and use just rational thinking. Be like, well, that doesn't even make sense. Why would that work, or why would that not work, or things like that. And eventually, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But most of the time, it's either exactly what you think it is, and it's just, you know, somebody's saying something. You're like, that doesn't sound right. That sounds weird, and it turns out it is because it's not true. I think too many people jumping to conclusions is not good. We need to let the facts play out. Try to learn what's going on or what happened, or you know learn more about the topic, etc. I don't know. I like learning. If there was a way I could make money by going to school and just like learning stuff, that'd be awesome. Just go and take classes and learn all kinds of cool stuff. Be like, I wonder how electrical engineering works. Just go take classes on it. You don't have to worry about passing or failing. You just get paid to do it. That'd be awesome. Of course, see, as soon as I start trying to do something, it auto saves on me. So I'm getting any buildup? No, it's still just kind of barely making it. I know, that's what I'm saying. If my job could just be getting paid to learn stuff, that'd be cool. I'd be bad at it, but it'd be cool. Yeah, and I think I have autosave set to like, I want to say every half hour. Because when it was at like every 15 minutes, I think it was 15 minutes. When it was set at every 15 minutes, it was just too much, too quickly. So I bumped it down to half an hour. I mean, I would consider turning it off altogether or going to like 1 hour, but I just know as soon as I do that, within a couple of plays, I would end up losing something because it wouldn't save and it would crash and something would happen. I just know it. I don't know, maybe it's still 15 minutes. Maybe I have to go back and adjust it. I mean, it's already for me, it's already 12:30. I mean, we've been going for about 2.5 hours, a little more now. I'm probably gonna have to call it soon. Because I need to make sure I can get at least some sleep before I have to go to church tomorrow. Well, technically later today. Good. I'm sure the ambient, super calm music isn't helping either. Yeah. Yeah, I know there's like 4 or 5 of the mods have new updates, and when I try to update, yeah, it just says the core loader, and the core. I think it's the core lib is the one that it doesn't. Uh, is the one that's like it just shuts down. How's that? Hopefully that's not too loud now. Bump it up like a couple of points. I have to turn it down for me so it's not blasting loud. But the output should be quieter, so I'm not sure how quiet I have the output versus what I have to not, blast me. Blast my ears. Because if I have the music too loud, then I start getting louder while I'm trying to talk because I can't quite hear myself speak. So then I start doing that, like getting louder and louder to compensate. Like I'm yelling at a deaf person as if that's going to make any difference. I need more water. Get rid of a couple more pumps. It's probably not going to make any difference still because I just don't think I'm making quite enough water. Let's do that. One less obstruction to it. Yeah, I want to get a good pair of those. I've got like it's fairly cheap, but I have a kind of an earbud version of that. They work pretty nice. And at one point I had open back earphone or ear headset for my computer. Cause it's pretty handy for being able to hear kids and make sure nobody's getting into trouble or mischief. Yeah, now Shocks does make some pretty good earphones and earbuds and stuff like that. They're just expensive. I'd have to save up and be able to justify $150, $200. Although they are really nice, and they have one. It's an open ear, but it's still noise canceling because it does like this direct thing. It's crazy. But yeah, they've got that. But yeah, I think those are like $140 or something. Man, even with only 3 pumping, it's still not enough. Because it just can't make enough wet sand. Because I need the water. I can't make enough water. Now, I can't say I'm familiar with the brand Apex. I know usually good quality is it costs, but it's worth it. I know usually I do like an open, or not an open, a full, what's it called? Full ear cover. Because if I get the ones where they sit on your ear at all, like they give me a headache because they're squishing my ears and it just gets uncomfortable and it kind of hurts. Ah, okay. So, I don't know if any of you guys remember before Fortnite is what it is now. If you guys remember what it was supposed to be. Like I have, between one, not caring for playing the mass PvP whatever stuff, the whatnot, between not really wanting to play that and then just out of principle, I will never play Fortnite. Because it was supposed to be this really cool kind of like swarm base defense base builder, you know, zombie wave whatever type game. Like it seemed like it was gonna be really cool. And then in order to try to make some money in between trying to build the game, they decided to, I guess, go for the same kind of concept as, what was it, like, I guess PUBG's one of the big ones, but they're just like, oh, these battle royale games, they're making good money, and so they just let people kind of play it, and then all of a sudden it got really big, and they went, wow, we can make a bunch of money if we sell skins and stuff. And I think they actually released a game, but it's not nearly as good as what it should have been. Because I wanted to build a cool, like, wave survival base building horde. Like, I wanted to play that. That would have been cool. But no. I don't, if I don't like all those microtransaction games. Even if the game's really cool, I don't much care for the. I don't care much for all the, like, getting skins and, you know, whatever custom this and that for weapons, and I don't know. It's just. Ugh. And like Call of Duty started doing that too. I actually kind of liked the first, what was it? I think the first like two Call of Duty, the Modern Warfare ones. Like they were actually not too bad. Then they decided to go, hey, we're on Call of Duty 87. And it just got, I don't know, it just got monotonous after too long. They just start pushing games out too fast. They start, you know, bilking people by not putting out a full game. They just put out kind of a story game, and then it's like 80% PvP stuff. Oh yeah, I mean EA especially. EA is notorious for that kind of behavior with trying to microtransaction, micromanage, and micro everything so that they can. I mean, I'm sure if they could find a way to make games more addicting, be like, oh, hey, welcome to Call of Duty Heroin Addict or something. Like, ugh. Ugh. Well, probably at the point I'm gonna have to call this a night. I mean, as nice as it is to sit here and ramble on about stuff, there's only so much that I can do in the game when I just sit here waiting for water production, which is it's struggling. It's getting there, but it's struggling. I don't know. Maybe that'll be something that if I can figure out what's going on with the new updates, maybe something on the map for this. Maybe that's something he fixed or changed, or I want to say fixed because I don't like it and I want it to be better because I'm not very good at this. So I can't build cool factories and whatnot. So really it's more me wanting more water to compensate for me not being able to make more water. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I think you can do the likes and the subscribes and stuff still, even on the streaming stuff. So feel free to do that if you want. And then I'm gonna have the next 2 days off, so I'm probably gonna stream either tomorrow night or possibly I might do some streaming on Monday during the day. But it'll probably be Abiotic Factor because I've been getting back to playing that again. Because I enjoy that game. It's pretty fun. It's kind of a, like, sort of Polygon-ish Half-Life style survival crafting whatever type game. It's pretty fun. I don't know. I like it. So, yeah. If you want to watch that, I'll probably be doing that on Monday. Maybe tomorrow night. I don't know. Otherwise, until next time, have fun. And I will see you guys later.